with another 10 points up for grabs for the winner. And the key, again, will be Max Anstey. Can he stay perfect, Daniel? We'll see.
Well, what I'm watching to kickstart this race is going to be that start. Can Max Anstey execute what he's done all year long, which is off the pad, make a good shift, and then get over enough to protect the inside, because he recognized Loeb snuck underneath him. So I'm watching Max on this start. How far over to the left can he get, or will we see an absolute replica of Moto number 1?
Well, as we saw in Vancouver, Max, as you take a look at the gate picks where they'll be lined up, McElrath, Loeb, Schock, and the rest, Max, who will be in gate 5, was perfect coming out of the gate at the start of every race in Vancouver, was the first one to the corner. Each race, he got a little bit further out in front of everybody by the time he got to the corner too, and then ended up having total pick of the line that he wanted entering into turn 1.
So pretty scary, because it gets better as the night goes on, and that's tough news for the competition, because that first one was pretty dang good.
My guess is right now that bobble in Super Pole's pretty far back in the memory of Max Anstey.
Yeah, not worried about it anymore. You go out and get that big win, get that checkered flag, 7-0. He's feeling okay.
All right, we'll see. Can Max Anstey stay perfect and win another one here, the Australian GP? All right, let's take a look as you see this huge crowd on hand here tonight. What a thrill for them to see all the best riders in the world here tonight. Max locking down the front, and let's check in with Kristen.
Thanks so much, Ralph. I checked in with a few of the SX2 riders leading into this second GP race, and all of them have expressed deficiency in their bike, all of their bikes feeling underpowered here. I asked some of the mechanics why. They said the humidity, the climate is actually affecting the power output on these bikes because of that 80% humidity we're seeing here on the Gold Coast.
Kristen, another thing with that, I talked to Brian Deegan about it, and he said Hayden is frustrated with the lack of power he's seen on his 450. He said, yes, the humidity and the heat is part of that, Daniel, but also the fuel. You know, everywhere we go around the globe, we're seeing different fuel, and the engine mapping has to match what's with the fuel, and if you can't get it right, you're down a lot of power.
Yeah, think about this championship. It's a global series that's moving all over the world. We're in Buenos Aires. Then we went north to Vancouver, and it was really cold out. Bike's going to run a certain way. It is hot. It is humid. We're in an open stadium here, so a complete change. And yes, the fuel plays a role, the mapping, everything plays a role. And this track's tough. There is some tricky rhythm sections, and when your bike's not working exactly how you know it to be, you second guess a little bit. So that's going to play a role as we get into this night.
One thing about being down a little bit on power, if we do have a slippery racetrack like we do, being down a little bit of power can help you get off the corners.
Yeah, it might actually help in areas where you need it to be a little mellower, find a little bit of traction. So the jumps, that might be an issue when you're trying to navigate the power you need off of each obstacle, but maybe a little bit uptick in aggression on the flat corners and the dry slick parts if your bike is operating at a little bit of a deficiency.
There's the Arby's back, number 16 of Enzo Lopes, the Brazilian rider. We know everybody down there in Brazil tuned in watching him, even though it's very early in the morning over there right now, but they're huge fans of Supercross and huge fans of Enzo Lopes, and they are supporting their guy who's having a good night, racing for Rick Ware, riding the Yamaha, number 16. There's Shane McElrath, the reigning champ, on the number 1. And we are 30 seconds away from the start of SX2 race number 2 here, the 2025 Australian GP at Cebus Super Stadium. All right. Anstey, you can see him 4 gates over from the doghouse where the big W is to the right. He's got Schock to the inside and Thompson to the outside. Are you ready? Here we go. Anstey with a good start on the inside. Gets tight to the bottom, takes the lead, and one rider down hard coming through the rhythm section right after the first corner. Didn't get a chance to catch a number in all the dirt that went flying up. But Anstey's out front. You got Lopes right behind him. Then here comes Shock on the 69. And Park. Cullen Park. Yep, that's Cullen right there back and forth on the 43. And he's going to get around Shock to take third away as they come into the whoops.
And Max Anstey executed that start perfectly. He got the jump, made the shift, and Ralph, he moved over, hard braking, and now he doesn't have to pass Enzo Lopes this moto. The battle is right behind him, though.
Yeah, and we have to give credit to the 460 right behind them. That's Michael Hicks on the start, who got a tremendous start. He's up to 5th.
Good ride by Cullen Park to get up front a little earlier than we've seen. He's had to make a lot of passes this year, but he's up front now in that top 3 in a fight with Cody Shock. This was a battle that was forming late in race 1. We're going to get it here in race 2.
And Daniel, I believe that was Caleb Barham who went down, unfortunately, making his debut in FIM World Supercross competition here. As we saw Shock make a huge run. There's Barham right there. He's up and riding away. As Shock on the 69 gets back around Cullen Park, and then Park trying to find a way back past. Oh, and another rider down.
That would be Lopes.
Yes, it is Enzo Lopes. Enzo Lopes gets off into the tough blocks, and down he goes and out of second place, dropping rapidly.
So much going on right there. Cullen Park misses the triple, but gets back by Shock. Now you got McElrath and Hicks in a battle with Shock. Lopes down, Anstey nowhere to be found. He's gone.
And Hicks just putting the heat on the reigning champion McElrath, and joining the phrase, Kyle Chisholm. Kyle Chisholm on the Pipes Motorsports Group Suzuki number 11 gets around Hicks in all blue riding gear.
And a big mistake by Cody Shock. That's where that tough block came from. Lost the rhythm sections, had to double through.
Look at Shock, gets back around the 11 of Chisholm just like that with a huge twist of the throttle.
This is not what it looked like a lap ago. Everybody has switched positions. Now Cullen Park's alone. McElrath's alone in third. Shock had his issues. Chisholm joins the party. Here comes Thompson. Kalana Humphrey making his debut. Oh, no. Lopes.
And Lopes is off. Lopes is done. He rides back to the mechanics area to get the bike worked on. He'll be back for race number 3. But no points for him here in SX2 race number 2. Best ride of the season so far for Kyle Chisholm as he's up to 6th. And I love seeing Michael Hicks in 4th. Great start for him.
Yeah, he was really good in Buenos Aires in race number 2. Haven't seen him since, so good for him to get back up in that lead group. But Max Anstey is being rewarded for executing the perfect start. And the start isn't always just off the gate in the shift. It's what you do in the first corner. And he had great braking, moved over, a lot of awareness where the competition was. And that's why he's rewarded right now with the clear track, and he is long gone.
We are up to lap 5 as the leaders fly over the finish line jump. It's Anstey, Park, McElrath, Hicks, Shock, Chisholm, Thompson, Peters, Humphrey, and Desprez, the top 10.
You know, Kristen mentioned the power of the motorcycle and how that's playing a role in Ralph. I think the chassis is as well. It's so slick. You want to soften up the bike so you can find a little traction, but this track's got steep jumps and big whoops, so finding that perfect balance in suspension, it's been a fight for these guys all night as well.
Chisholm got back around Thompson, so put him back into 6th. And the Canadian slipping back a spot, Thompson. Meanwhile, Anstey absolutely perfect. Oh boy, gets a little loose there on the back end.
And those are getting tougher. I mean, Enzo Lopes is one of the better riders in whoops, and we didn't see the crash. We saw the end of it. For him to go down, being as big and strong and talented as he is, you know the back half of that whoop section is getting cupped out. It's getting slick. We saw Max Anstey, who's been the best all season. He gets a little kick out, and we're still in sprint race number 2. Those are going to get tougher, Ralph. We're not even halfway through this night.
How long do we see them start jumping through those whoops, Daniel?
Well, they didn't do it in qualifying, so if they're going to do it, they're going to have to find it in the moment, and that's really challenging. Justin Cooper was a wild card of the first 2 rounds of the season. He was always the first to find that rhythm. Without him here, I haven't seen anybody do it yet, so it's going to have to happen in the moment. But if they get any tougher than they are right now, the option will at least become available in their mind, but it's going to be tough to get it that first time.
Here's the fight for second right here. The 43 of Park trying to hang on in front of Shane McElrath, the reigning world champion in this category. And you Tracy Park and McElrath both get through that big whoop pad fairly smoothly.
Different lines too. I mean, that's what's telling you right now how challenging they are when these guys are looking around. Maybe the left works for a while, one bad lap, you start looking for the right. So at least there's two options moving forward, but these guys are going to be challenged for the rest of this night. It's only going to get tougher.
And here's Michael Hicks on that 460. Thompson, Chisholm, and then behind Chisholm comes Kyle Peters on the 110. Pretty good ride for him as he sits in 8th right now.
Yeah, making his way back through the pack and trying to find a way by Kyle Chisholm, who you said is having a great race right now. We've seen him kind of sitting in this area most of the season, but we had a few laps there where he was closer to the top 5. And they're all settling in right now and kind of spaced out. So less defense, little less offense, more just survival as we go one lap to go in SX2 Race 2.
Final lap underway here in race number 2. Last year, Kyle Chisholm finished 7th overall in this category. His best finish, a 6th at Cardiff, the very first FIM World Supercross race, and he matched that in Vancouver a year ago.
That was beautiful. I mean, the way he entered that corner, the braking technique, his ability to roll up the throttle, a smooth delivery all the way around. You match that with perfect rhythm sections. He's not clipping anything. I mean, Ralph, he's really locked into this really nice pace where he's not having to take any chances, and it's just clean. You see that early shift right there. I'll bet he gets another one going into the corner. This is just calculated and absolutely perfect fundamentals.
And look how good he is through that whoops. And Max Anstey to the checkered flag. He's got another one here in 2025. Max Anstey wins race career victory number 17 here tonight at the Australian GP as he takes SX2 race number 2. And another 10 points go into the bucket for Max Anstey as he works his way towards the 2020